Hello everyone. Here's a quick update on what was discussed at the latest Walvis Bay Council meeting. As always, these updates are here to keep you informed about the issues being considered in Council and what they should mean or could mean to our community. Administrative and Council business. The meeting began with the usual administrative business, including approval of the agenda, leave of absence, the confirmation of the minutes from previous meetings and matters arising from those meetings. Council also heard the Mayor's statement, recognised long-serving municipal staff members, received a petition relating to allegations of mismanagement and corruption involving the October Seafarers Land and Housing Federation and the Okapare Fishermen's Association, and considered a motion on implementing noise and nuisance regulations. Our next questions, sets number 3 and 4, were submitted and will be dealt with at the next meeting. We also submitted a motion on noise regulations. The questions were about complaints we submitted, Namport's water use, the Roads Authority's repair projects in Walvis Bay, and why we don't have an internal team, as well as the budget approval process. They also covered Red Force, so we're very anxious to have those questions answered. Good governance starts with the transparent meetings, public petitions, and clear local regulations that affect everyday life. Several reports issued on how the municipality is governed and how public resources are managed. Council considered the appointment of a council representative at the Eronga Red Board of Directors. Received legal advice on who has the authority to sign procurement contracts and review the procurement compliance audit. And received the municipality's monthly reports for March and April of 2026. Council decided to replace Mr. Johnny Johnson Dusep as the representative on the Eronga Red Board on account of his insolvency. The outcome of the procurement audit by the Ministry of Finance is that the municipality was only compliant at 70%. Management Committee recommended that the findings of the report be used to rectify that going forward. These reports are about accountability, ensuring that public money is spent correctly, and that the municipal decisions follow the law. Council considered a transfer of funds within the 2026-27 capital budget. No money was budgeted to pay for ongoing consultancy work to create an integrated water and wastewater master plan. However, there was an administrative error on the budget of the Narraville pump rehabilitation, budgeting for it 10 million when only 1 million was requested. Therefore, a surplus of 8 million will be transferred to the master plan. Council also approved a request from MNDAPE, zero tolerance for municipal sponsorship of refreshments and support for its conference addressing gender-based violence. Budget decisions determine where municipal resources are invested and how community initiatives are supported. A significant portion of the meeting focused on land applications and future development projects. Council also considered a resubmitted application at Tungi Community Saving Foundation to purchase portion 12 of Farm 37, which was approved with conditions. An application by the University of Namibia for AF number 6439 in extension 5 to establish a School of Marine Engineering and Marine Studies, which was approved with conditions. An application by Africa Provider Offshore Services to acquire industrial land on Farm 39 for an oil and gas training center, approved with conditions. An application by Coniti Energy Solutions Pty Limited to acquire industrial land from Farm 39 for an LPG gas wholesale facility, also approved. An application to lease out 4618 for the NATA Centre, which was approved for a 5-year term, is where they are now, but the driving tests will be moved from Civic Centre parking lot to the NATA Centre. Land decisions shape Walvis Bay's future growth, influence employment opportunities, and determine how municipal lands is used. Council also approved a request to approve travel of 8 junior town councils members selected for the Youth Ambassador Africa program in Washington, D.C. from 8 to 30th of July 2026. Investing in youth leaders creates an opportunity for skills development and helps prepare the next generation to contribute to our community. Alongside the petition mentioned earlier, Council also considered a motion on implementing noise and nuisance regulations. This motion was submitted by our very own JWBRA and adopted without objections. That's a huge win for the residents, as it will allow them to properly report noise disturbance once it is gazetted. These discussions affect residents' quality of life and how neighbourhood concerns are addressed. Council received several reports on municipal participation in regional and international events. This included feedback on Walvis Bay Maritime Week of last year, participation in the Namibian Local Authority Sports and Recreation Association Games held in Grootfontein, and a request regarding participation in the 2026 Southern Africa Intermunicipal Sports Association Games in Eswatini. Our previous councillor, Buddy Bramwell, achieved in 2024 that the council considers participation in these games anew every year because they are a huge expense and we feel money should not necessarily be spent on entertainment when there are potholes to be fixed. While we didn't manage to object to this item at this point, we remain committed to financial oversight and a working budget and are prepared to address this in future. Although these activities promote Walvis Bay, strengthen relationships with other municipalities, and serve the well-being of the staff, one cannot put the municipality's well-being above that of the residents. Thank you for taking the time to stay informed. If you have any questions or comments about any of these agenda items, please get in touch. Public participation is an important part of good local government, and your feedback helps shape the decisions that affect our town. I'll continue providing these updates after every council meeting so you know what is being discussed on your behalf.